given his life for our sins, that we might have freedom from the bondage of that which enslaves us. Claim your word and your gospel, that others might come to know Jesus as Lord.
The poor and powerless, all the thieves will come confess and know that you are holy. You are holy. Sing out hallelujah, and we will cry. Who are content, and all who feel unworthy, all who heard with love.
How great is your goodness. It's immeasurable. It's indescribable how good he is and what he has stored up for those who fear him, those who've taken refuge in him. Worship leader and songwriter Brian Dirksen, his son Isaiah, suffered from Fragile X syndrome, a genetic condition that created physical, intellectual, and emotional limitations. In his book, Brian reflects on the day that he and his wife first received the word that their son had that condition. As Brian considered turning away from worship ministry altogether, that carried him further along in his ministry instead of away. He said, after receiving the test results, I stumbled around our property, weeping, confused, heartbroken. At one point, I lifted my voice to resignation. God, I am through with being a worship leader and so to be quiet enough to hear. I sense God holding out his hand and inviting me. Will you go even with your broken heart? For who will relate to my people who are heartbroken, if not those like you who are acquainted with disappointment? He says, I blessed by great victories, but God does lift up the brokenhearted. I've been reading this week of a friend who lost her. She died very suddenly as they were driving their car. Bill Taylor, who headed up Unlimited Partnerships, that was such a blessing to our church, and they provided interns to us. Recounting his journey of grief on Facebook and how God is with him. He said, I'm heartbroken. But he constantly affirms that God is with him, that God is reaching out to the heartbroken to lift them up in all that. How great is your goodness to you, and accomplished in the sight of everyone who takes 20 of Psalm 31. He says, you hide them in the protection of your presence. You conceal them in a shelter from human schemes, from quarrelsome tongues. So often we want to hide. I can remember as a child playing hide and seek, and I wanted to find, and there were probably a few times as I was growing, I was scared of something else, something of danger. Maybe I thought to hide, even if it was under the covers, to be protected from the perceived danger. But God hides us in a way that no one can cover. Blessed be the Lord, for he has wondrously shown his faithful love